of Police Administration anytime they have complaints against divisional police senior officers in their jurisdiction, and complaints will be comprehensively addressed. In his speech, Donald Osifo, coordinator of PCRC state members, pledged to continue support of the groups, especially in areas of giving very useful intelligence and information to the police that will aid crime prevention and reduction to as low, reasonable, practical, if not total eradication. Akwa Ibom State Government and the Traditional Rulers Council in the state have agreed to settle their differences over the amended Traditional Rulers Law, Cap 155, out of court. Some royal fathers had dragged the Akwa Ibom State Government and the State Assembly, as well as the paramount ruler of Nsit Ubiom local government area, Nteyi Solomon Etuk, to court over the amendment of TRC Law Cap 155, which confers life and permanent presidency on Oku Ibom Ibibio Nteyi Etuk. The plaintiffs, including all the paramount lead rulers of Anang extractions, paramount rulers of Urefong Uruku, Okobo Mbo, Eastern Obolo, Ibeno, and those of Oron and Udong Uku local government areas, who were joined in the suit, sought the rotation of the revered traditional stool. But at the hearing of the case, counsel to the plaintiffs, Barrister Ekpenyong Ntekim, a former Attorney General of Akwa Ibom State, leading Jumbo Udom and 5 others, made an oral application to the court for leave to explore settlement out of court and for a short adjournment for parties to report settlement. But the Attorney General of the State and Commissioner for Justice, Uko Udom, SAN, represented by the Director of Civil Litigation, Barrister Basi Ekanem, was not satisfied with the oral application. The trial judge, Justice Achibong, said one thing that stands out from the council's argument was their desire for peace and settlement of the dispute, and that the formal manner of application should not be a stumbling block. Support for vulnerable women and families. Commissioner for Police Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Mrs. Cecilia Dada, stated this at the 2023 interactive meeting with women-focused non-governmental organization. According to her, the government increased the cash grants to vulnerable persons from 20,000 to 50,000 because it is intentional about lifting residents, especially women, out of poverty. Other areas where the government is to help women, according to Mrs. The commissioner also described the interactive session as important to enable the NGOs network get familiar with the ministry's activities and key into same. Director in charge of NGOs in the ministry, Mrs. Itunu Babarinde, described the mining in solid materials, Professor Lukman Adekilekun Jimoda in Osogbo. He recalled that a year ago he promised an overhauling of the mining sector with a view to securing maximum returns for the state from her solid mineral wealth, while maintaining that mining operations now had zero tolerance for environmental degradation in the state. Governor Adeleke applauded the process and successed on November 23rd will end on December 3rd for allegedly manufacturing firearms in Ringim local government area of the state. The discovery of a locally made pistol and 2 rifles. Tisu also revealed that the suspect admitted to manufacturing a large number of firearms and selling them to people he could not identify. The police spokesman assured that the suspect will be arraigned once an investigation was completed. You are watching. Welcome back. This is the transition on Atlantic Television Network. Now the rest of our stories. Federal High Court sitting in Abuja Federal Capital Territory has dismissed the National file shows that services were effected on the respondent applicant's National Broadcasting Commission but failed to file and refused to enter appearance.
To reflect not only on the remarkable progress made over the past 5 decades by various respective governments, but also on the enduring impact of the vision that sought to provide shelter and building communities for people of Nigeria.
also working with the relevant stakeholders to bring our enabling act up to date in order to address provisions which constrict the authority's business right, limit the ability to sanction earning abilities, and incorporate provision for service charges with which the estates are to be maintained.
Chairman, House of Representatives Committee on Youth in Parliament, Honorable Olamijuwonlo Alawa Kala, has assured Nigerians of the House resolve to put Nigeria back on the world map. Honorable Alawa Akala, who gave the conference with a view to inform, educate, as well as foster harmonious relationships among youths in Parliament across the country. According to the lawmaker, the committee, in line with the provision of the 10th Assembly Standing Rules, is saddled with the responsibility of initiating good policies on parliamentarian research and documentation and ensuring efficient data bank of youth in national and state assemblies, oversight